Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our regular meeting, Monday, November 10th. We will call to order at 7 p.m. and we will do roll call.
Ms. Valerie Reinbaum.
I am here.
Vice President Andrew Pillow.
Here.
Councilmember Deb P. Fine.
Here.
Councilmember Shirley Blair Fuller.
Here.
Councilmember Brooke Burchett Williams is absent. Councilmember Greg Bogdanovich.
Excited to be here.
Councilmember Matt Stiglia.
Present.
And Paul Gammer.
Here.
All right, and we'll do the pledge of allegiance. Stand if you can. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And we will move on to our public comment section. If you would like to speak, please, we have a couple people in the room. So if you would like to speak, please come up to the podium, state your name, your address, and you have 3 minutes. If you are online and would like to speak, you can raise your virtual hand. We will promote you to panelists, state your name, your address, and you have 3 minutes.
Hello, I'm Jen Pecor, and my husband and I, Dave, live at 125 Kingsdale Road. And I came to speak about drainage pipes in our backyard that have collapsed on either end. Our predicament began in August of 2019 when we noticed that our above ground pool had an 18-inch wide crater and was collapsing in one corner. My husband discovered that the ground had given way underneath, and there was a hole wide enough that the drainage pipe below was visible. We spoke with the borough manager and someone came out to assess the situation. It was determined that the drainage pipe beneath our yard was deteriorating. It would need to be replaced. The pipe installed around 1962 starts 2 houses up the street from ours and goes all the way down to Beulah Road, totaling 9 houses. We were told we would have to completely deconstruct our pool so the area would be empty for the contractors to access the pipe. It was not until June of 2021 when a contractor had been found to do the work. 2 years after the problem was initially discovered, a new pipe spanning the width of our yard was put in, as well as 2 new drain grates on either side. Spring of 2025, there were some major rainstorms. With the large amounts of water flowing through our yard, a new hole has since been found around one of the new grates. And yet again, we can see all the way through the drainage pipe. In September, we called the borough to assess the new hole that has formed, and the temporary solution was a piece of plywood with an orange cone. As the weeks passed, we noticed a 3-foot-long crack forming off the new hole. The speed of this crack developed has us concerned to go near the hole in fear of it potentially collapsing more. It is inevitable that this problem will worsen with time, and we need a solution soon. As I am sure there are concerns with the budget, I would hope there would be a larger concern about my family's safety. I respectfully ask that this issue be addressed and dealt with as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
If anyone has any questions.
Great, thank you. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people online, and for the record, I did see Brooke hopped on.
Yes.
Thank you. Any online participants, if you would like to speak, please raise your virtual hand and we will promote you to panelists. As nobody is raising their hand, I will close public comment. Thank you. And we'll move on to our items to be accepted by motion.
Madam President, I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the October 6th workshop meeting and the October 13th regular council meeting. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it carries. And Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam President.
The chief has reported to me that there were no significant incidents for the month of October 2025. Our officers handled a total of 984 events this month, a total of 9,413 year-to-date, consisting of calls for service and proactive patrol engagement and details affecting 3 arrests. I did a little math today. That's like 30 calls a day.
Yeah, that seems,
That's
that's
a
a
lot
lot.
of calls.
That's a busy month.
Well, it's not just calls for service, but that includes all the proactive patrol stuff, traffic stops and anything.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is for a small borough, yeah.
No statistics were available this month for the magisterial fund. So you put it into the report. The ticket summary for the month of October 25 was 51, 0 non-traffic, 2 parking, and 49 traffic tickets. Churchill police officers Libby Toth and Justin Hunt both proudly represented our department and participated in the annual Tips for Cops, which was held this year on Sunday, October 19th at Carl's Tavern in Wilkins Township. It was well attended and resulted in a collection of $8,200 and will be donated to our local food banks. This was the department's first year in participating in that event. It will be added to their growing list of charitable events that the department participates in. And with that being said, it's once again time for the toy collection to begin in preparation for the annual Stuff a Store event. Now new unwrapped toy donations can be made now through December 2nd. A collection bin has been placed in the lobby of the Borough Building. Donations can be made during regular business hours. Toys for any age group are accepted with an emphasis on ages 9 to 18-year-old demographics. Please, no guns or other weapons, including Nerf guns, and no video games. This year's toy distribution and holiday celebration event will be held on December 14th at the Monroeville Mall and is open to the public. Details and other related statistics concerning the police department during the month of October 2025 are reported on the attached police department reports.
Thank you.
Madam President, I'm sorry. Motion to accept the mayor's report for October 2025.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Okay.
Opposed? And it carries. Moving on to our treasurer's report.
Madam President, motion to accept the treasurer's report for October 31st, 2025, and directing the finance officer to pay the bills for the Borough of Churchill accrued since October 7th, 2025. And as always, I'll read the order bills. So Alphasan was $189,614.67. Solar Construction, which is sewer repair, $29,618.55. Gateway Engineers, $27,621.75, and Bigliotti, $26,635.50.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it carries. Moving on to our general items.
Madam President, I would motion to approve the conditional use application filed by Lamont Coleman to operate a short-term rental at 3737 Rural Court East, Pittsburgh, PA 15221, block and lot number 0372-D-00190-000-000, conditioned upon the applicant's compliance with section 304-37.2 of the Borough Zoning Code and any other applicable borough regulations. Second.
Any discussion?
I would just say that the applicants did a very thorough job. Great people and live 15 minutes away, which is also great. They want to maintain a home in Churchill. Scott did a fantastic job doing the inspection and it passed with flying colors, so happy to approve it.
I think this has been, good way that the previous council kind of put, some protections in place with conditional use. And we've seen, we have, this will be our fourth, operating, short-term rental. And, so far, I don't think we're aware of any complaints or anything else, so.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it carries. Thank you very much. Moving on to number 7.
Madam President, motion to approve resolution 4673 authorizing a grant application to be made to the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development, BCED, for the PA Gaming statewide local sheriff grant program for a police and code enforcement vehicle.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it carries. Moving on to number 8.
Madam President, motion to approve resolution 4674 authorizing execution of a cable franchise agreement between the Borough and Verizon Pennsylvania LLC.
Second?
Any discussion?
So I'll just follow up, because I had a question on this during the workshop meeting, so, the attorney, got back to us, with an answer. I guess it's fairly standard language. A couple of the highlights, is that right now, cable's been less competitive, right, because of all the streaming services and other stuff. So, one of the things that, the COG and the large group that was, bargaining, with this contract for, they were able to hold our rates steady, instead of getting them reduced, which right now the cable companies are facing a lot of competition. So I think holding steady in this environment is good, and a benefit for, the borough and the residents and, having that, income, based on the number of subscribers and everything else to the local government.
Great, thank you. All in favor? Opposed? And it carries. Moving on to number 9.
Madam President, motion to direct the Borough Manager to advise a public notice of availability to review Churchill Borough 2026 General Fund Budget in the Valley Mirror newspaper. And just as a reminder, we'll say it again, but on November 12th at 6 p.m., we will be having a budget open house. So we'll go through it with questions. Please feel free to come, ask the questions. We can definitely go through it with you. There's a lot, so we obviously want you to come and really understand what we're presenting. So thank you for doing all the work.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any other discussion?
I just have one comment. She said to advise, it should be to advertise.
Yes,
correct?
we have that, yes.
Do we have that advertisement? Yeah. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it carries. Moving on to our staff and support team reports, and as usual, we will start with our borough engineer.
President. Couple of quick items. So the paving work was completed and all punch list work was completed associated with the paving program. We do anticipate closing that out in the pay application in the next one for your next meeting. Line striping, which was a separate contract, that contractor is anticipated to begin within the coming week on that. So again, that'll be pretty quick turnaround and should be completed prior to the next meeting. And then lastly, the pavement management plan, it was about 3 years ago that we initially started that off, created that multi-year program. We budgeted or the borough had budgeted for that work to be completed again this year. That's getting ready to get kicked off. And so going into next year, we should be able to have an update of that pavement.
Great. Thank you. Chief?
Thank you, Madam President. As the mayor had mentioned, we're doing our annual stuff the store toy collection. The bin's right out here in the lobby by the police office window, now through December 2nd, I think it is. Normal business hours, where you see an officer on the street, feel free to hand it off to them, or after hours when the officers are here, they can let you in. We had a couple incidents that are going to be in the December mayor's report, but I had let you know and the mayor know about an incident that occurred Monday, technically in November, but a lot of people saw it on the media and I had some questions. So just briefly, we had a traffic stop right here in front of the station for a red light violation in the middle of the night, 1:30 in the morning. When the officer approached the vehicle, eventually the vehicle fled. We believe the driver was intoxicated. So the vehicle flees, gets off Business 22, hit Lower Road I, clearly well over 100 miles an hour. He drives straight through the guardrail at Lower Road I and ends up upside down into a ravine. So he was extricated. Fire personnel and EMS got him out of the vehicle. He was transported to a hospital. He was there for about a week, had some serious injuries, was just released a couple of days ago, and he was taken to county jail on a warrant for our violation. So I know a lot of people saw that on the news and I got some questions about it, so I just want to address that briefly. Also, I'm not sure if this was on the news it was Monday morning. One of the Wilkins Township officers, was hit. His vehicle was struck at Churchill Road, Nottingham. That was by a DUI driver as well. So the vehicle, he wasn't injured, the other driver wasn't injured, but that driver was arrested for DUI. So, just in case you saw that, whenever that was circulating, I just want to address that briefly. So I have nothing else.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Moving on to office staff.
Sure, Michelle and I are continuing to work on the budget for the presentation on Wednesday. And, just want to mention that fall leave collection is until December 2nd. So that's just keeping the leave on the critical back.
Thank you.
There's nothing that I have to.
Ralph?
Thank you, Madam President. A couple things. The fire department responded to 46 calls in October. We're at 526 for the year. We're actually 127 calls more right now than we were the entire of last year. It's been pretty busy. You'll see in the report next month, we had a structure fire on Churchill Road on Friday. It was contained to the attic area. Unfortunately, the people had just moved in 2 weeks ago from a tree falling through their house, and now they had to move back out due to the fire in their attic. So preliminary report is it was an electrical fire in the attic. It was all contained to the attic, but I really feel bad for the people that this happened to.
Horrible.
Yes, it is horrible. Public Works side, the guys are going to start cleaning up the leaves on up in the Hampstead Royal Oak area this week. Now that they're falling pretty quick, and then we're going to move right into, unfortunately, I hate to say it, the snow mode, winter mode, and that's all I have, Madam President. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ralph. Mr. Solicitor. All right, we will move on to council. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
I'll jump in just on public safety and just take a moment to thank our officers for their dedication and of course our firefighters. Just as a reminder to kind of tag on to what the chief said, if you're out celebrating the season as it becomes that, right? There's lots of Uber and Lyft and other taxi services available. There's no need to drink and drive. So, use those wisely. Remember to remind your friends. Also with the change in season, make sure you're checking your smoke alarms, carbon monoxide detectors, all those batteries. And, also a lesson that I learned at my house, I will say, embarrassingly that you can't plug space heaters into a extension cord or what's the surge protector. Yeah. Don't do that because then they break and, try to start on fire. So learned that one, luckily without repercussions, but, good reminder for safety.
Thank you. One more time from finance, remember on November 12th at 6 p.m. in council chambers, we are having the open house for the budget.
That is this Wednesday. We'll see you in 2 days. 2 days, we'll be right here. I'll go out.
Just a reminder, Friday, December 5th is our light up night holiday party. It is from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here in the borough chambers. And also the following Thursday, December 11th, if you want your pet to get their picture taken with Santa, Santa will be here. I believe it's from 5 to 8. Oh, yeah.
It was on at 5 to 8, 5 to 7.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And you'll get your
You have to
picture.
make an appointment.
You do have to make an appointment, so give Ashley a call and, she'll put you down. But, that was very popular last year, so. And that's all I have.
Just a reminder, careful out there. We're in the middle of the rut, deer running around. It's dark in a lot of our neighborhoods, due to lack of street lights. So take it easy. I know I've had just in the last week, probably 3 or 4 run in front of me right in my neighborhood. So keep your head on a swivel out there, use the brights, don't want anyone hurt before the holidays.
Reminder that we have a stormwater public authority hearing on November 20th at 7 p.m. We will also be voting that day, correct? Have a hearing and then we will vote after that. Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. I want to mention two things here, a couple of things. First of all, two residents, in our borough, reach out to this Abby Goldstein and a group of residents over on Marbury, decided they were gonna gather together and, prepare meals for people who are, right now during this time when the government's been shut down, so they prepared meals, it was like 2 weeks ago on a Monday, I believe, and they passed out meals to people. So I'm gonna thank her and her team out there for doing that. They plan on doing it again. Also, another resident, Sarah Dawson over in Fenwick, took it upon herself to go out and go door to door and collect canned goods, non-perishable, from her neighbors. And she brought it, she brought it to the borough building, so, and we've been advertising on Savvy Citizen and our other social media to drop off the non-perishable goods at the borough building. So we have a pile sitting here, and so we're gonna take that, Greg and Deb and some others will take that to, some options we have is the food bank, or Turtle Creek actually has a food bank in their community, which is close to us. And we really want to keep that food local to us here, so that, our residents, and believe it or not, every community has someone that they could use a little help, especially around now. And I know with the season coming up, we're asking for toys, asking for donations, but I think we're all fortunate enough that we could reach in, if 100 people gave one can of something, you'd have 100 cans. So it doesn't take like a whole lot to be successful with any of these campaigns, whether it's food or the canned goods. The other thing I wanted to mention was, there was another resident that sent me a note of thanks for using the Able room. They had a baby shower over, and they said they really, really enjoyed the use of the Able room and how wonderful it was to have that in our community. So I just thought the council know that as well.
I think people forget we have that space there that
Yeah.
people can
There- there-
use it.
And then once that gets out, then word gets around, like, hey, we could have a shower there, we could do that. So,
If you're interested in the Eagle Room, please reach out to, any of our borough staff. We'll be able to help you out.
and at a reasonable rate,
There, yes. Yes.
close to the police.
We now have a certified car seat safety instructor. Thank you so much, Jessica. Got some breakers, so if you would like to have your car seat inspected, reach out to Scott. He has some appointments available.
Oh, that's great. So do they just email him, or they can email anybody from the staff?
Probably emailing me is the best.
And what is your email address? You can say it out loud to
So
everybody.
it's just scott@COTT@churchillborough.com. That's all spelled out.
Scott at churchillborough.com. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You don't put them in, right? You just inspect them. Is that correct?
So it's more of a teaching, experience.
Okay, okay.
So it should be the caregiver that is doing the installation, not me.
Okay.
But I would inspect it as it comes in, and then if there's anything wrong, I explain, teach what is the best practice with this car seat, and depending on the child as well.
Yeah, and the car seat.
Yes. Mhm.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. That's
This is free service.
Yes,
Free
it's all for
service.
free, all for free.
Just briefly, because we stop cars a lot and people are still under the assumption that it's by age, but isn't it by size of weight?
So by law, it is by age, yes. However, the best practice is by the weight and the height of your child. So you could, I think they're supposed to be rear facing up till age 2 by law. So by law, you can switch them to forward facing. However, it's not the best practice, switch them to forward facing as long as they still fit the parameters of the rear facing car seat.
Yeah,
You want
we
to do
issue
rear
a lot of-
facing as much as
We
possible.
issue citations for that on our buckle up details, and it always goes by what's written in the vehicle code, obviously, but I knew there were some amendments that probably didn't make it to the.
Thank you.
Hmm?
Anything else? All right, let's adjourn this
Motion
meeting.
to adjourn?
Second. Good night, everybody.
Thank you all, everyone. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.